Hi guys, we're live and we are up for our Wednesday night hashtag Educators Can, and I have Nikki Leonti with me from Start Your Own Family Daycare.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm really good. It's a little chilly here because I have my little cardigan on.
Hey, you do. I can tell when you're chilly because you haven't got your straps.
Yeah, it's really not that cold, but yeah.
Hi, Christina. Christina says good evening.
Hello, Christina.
So we only have one thing to talk about tonight. So if people have questions, then pop them down there so that we can chat about them. But what I wanted to chat about tonight was I introduced the concept this week of at Playgroup, we are going to have a pajama day. And the children were super, super excited. And the parents have been really excited as well. They're like, oh, okay, well, we'll dress them up in their jammies and off we'll come. And so I wanted to chat about special days that we do with the children and how to involve parents and get the parents excited and whatnot as well.
It's so hard to get parents excited. You know, they're so busy, they're kind of in, out, and, they're flat out reading your plan for the day. So to get them excited can be challenging. These types of things, it's such a great idea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So we've got a comment here from Tracy just to say, hi, ladies, there is no volume. So, Christina, can you hear us? Because Tracy might need to refresh.
Get that feedback?
Nope. No.
Let me just do a quick check on my end.
Yep. Oh, Christina says yes, she can hear us. Okay, so Tracy.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Tracy will need to refresh.
Yeah.
So where were we? Okay, getting parents involved in special days. And have you done special days, Nikki, that your parents have been involved with?
Yeah, like we did Teddy Bear's Picnic, and that was a really cool one because we joined up with other educators. So, that's a really fun one because kids love getting involved, and they certainly remind, remind the parents to bring their teddies with them. So
absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? Thank you. American can hear us as well. So I just thought we'd do a little bit of a brainstorm. So, Tracy can hear now too. That's fabulous, Tracy. Sometimes you just do need to refresh. One that we've done is Oh, yeah. Oh,
I just sent her a comment.
Super.
Never mind.
So one that I've done before that's been really, really great is Talk Like a Pirate Day as well. And the children dress up as mini little pirates and parents can come and eat pirate food and all of that sort of thing.
That sounds really fun. I've never actually done that one. That sounds really cool.
And the other one that we've done a bit, and the schools seem to do it a lot now as well, is Grandparents' Day.
Yeah.
Getting grandparents involved. Yeah, so really trying to form that connection with our parents and extended family and really making them feel welcome, like we want them to come and spend time with us and spend time with the children and form that connection.
And do you do with the grandparents events or, any kind of extended family events, do you actually do you do it during your business hours or you kind of do it outside?
I've done both. I've done days where the children and the grandparents come and do handprints and do cards and things. So there's actually something to do for them to do as well as a morning tea. And they just sort of come for 3/4 of an hour to an hour. They come and they see where their child is or where their grandchild is, and they make something with their grandchild. But we've also done that at playgroup as well. So inviting the grandparents to come and do an experience with their grandchild at playgroup, so that you sort of get more grandparents so they can interact and whatnot as well. And Mylock's school does that as well. Once a year they are expected to bring a grandparent for a couple of hours, actually.
Luca does it at school as well, and my dad loves it. He's the only grandparent the kids have close. Andy's parents are in the UK, so yeah.
And does he like that? Because my dad does it too with Locke, and he loves it.
Oh, Dad loves
looks forward to it each year.
Yeah, he's been to every single one ever. So
yeah. See, so that's really cool. The fact that they actually really love it, and we can draw some of that in to our care setting. Like the children can make things for them, they can get excited, ready for them, and it forms that connection. And we've been talking about, like, was it last week or the week before, where we talked about really, advertising and getting new parents, getting new children and parents into our setting, and keeping our parents and children in our setting. And that's something that can really form a buzz around our care setting as well. And they will talk with other grandparents about where their grandchild is going to care and the fabulous time they're having, and whether they really liked the visit and whatnot. That's something else that that's really, really, fun that can be done to form more of a buzz around our care setting.
Well, I know some people who do create those connections, and even with the wider community. And, some of the grandparents make things for, their family daycare. So, someone has made like some outdoor equipment, or, knitted some resources, so there's so many ways that they can connect. And, grandparents want to feel part of the grandkids' lives, and family daycare is a big part of their life usually. They're coming a couple of days every week, so I think that's quite a nice idea.
It really can. It can really form like that connection, and having that extra bond of knowing where their grandchildren are going, and feeling welcome too, I think. So Tracy says we've done Grandparents' Day, and we had a photo booth and activities. It was a great afternoon. I love that idea.
Fun.
Isn't that a great idea? And Christina says that she has a Wiggles Day. Oh, I like that too. And they all dress up as favourite Wiggles, and the goal of the day is to act like that wiggle. Dance instead of walk, sing instead of talk, and loads of fun. And I really like that one too. That's
cool
great.
Yeah, that's a great one. I'd love to see, other people commenting, and Christina and Tracy as well. What other things, like what other kinds of special days have you done? Particularly ones that, like the Wiggles Day, I hadn't heard of that. The photo booth, brilliant idea. Just so that people can get some other ideas of how to make it fun. And also, I guess for me, I never had the problem because all my kids kind of came on the same day. Like I had, I was doing 2 days a week at that time, so they all came both days. So what do you do? Do you do it like a couple of times a week if children are coming different days?
So next week we actually have pajama day on Monday, but I have quite a few children on Tuesday that don't actually come on Monday. And because we've been talking about it all week, they're like, oh, can we wear our jammies too? So we will. We'll actually do it Monday, and then the Tuesday children will come in and we'll do it Tuesday as well. So, yeah, 2 days in jammies. Okay. But that's a really good point because if you're forming, but if you're forming this buzz in your care setting around something exciting coming up, and then half of the children miss out, not real nice. So sort of work out how you can.
It would probably have the exact opposite effect of what you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got Christina says parents, grandparents and children all get involved and we all have a blast of a time. I try to arrange those days over school holidays so that the older siblings can join in the fun as too. That's a really good point. School holidays, having special days.
Yeah, run out of ideas at school holidays.
Yeah. And it's something extra that is fun and that the older children can look forward to as well. We try and do a movie day on holidays. I try and do something special each week that they can actually look forward to and that they know is coming up. So I like that for school holidays. Yeah. Guys, if you've got any questions for us, we would love to answer some questions.
Yes. I was in our Facebook group today, the Being Me and FDC group, and I was in there for about 10 minutes and I was doing Facebook Live. And I'm like, bring me your questions. And we had Nicole, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, anyway. She knows who I'm talking about. So Nicole was in there asking questions about essential oils, and I haven't had any other questions this week. So I find that I think we need to maybe give out some prizes. Maybe we need to give some prizes out for questions. What do you think?
For questions, I like that. That's a bit clever.
Yeah, we'll give you a prize. Because I think, some people feel like they don't want to put their question forward. They might think that, people might think it's a silly question. But, a lot of the time people are thinking the exact same thing, or they've thought it before, but they found the answer elsewhere. So bring your questions. If you do need to, you can private message one of us and we can answer it either tonight or next week. But I think we should give some prizes out. I think that would be fun.
Yes, I think that would be fun too. I like that. Now, Tracy says a sibling day is a great one, and it makes the older siblings who attend this day special. Yeah, I like that. And Christina says, woohoo, bring on the goodies. Yeah. I like that. Oh, that's a great idea.
Excellent. Oh, okay. So what I'm thinking, I did this a couple of weeks ago, the night that you were away when you were doing your training. I had Catherine on.
Yeah.
I gave away 1 year access to the Family Daycare Academy. So that was cool. So maybe I will do that again. I'll do that again. Because that would be fun. Oh, I just saw Tracy's comment just pop up there.
Yep.
There must be a little delay there.
Yeah. Now, Christina has asked, how do you incorporate your pet animals into care? And I really like this one. Do you have any pets,
This
Nikki?
is a great one because I do. We have a small dog, but we, my skin's never, I always had to keep him separate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really, really difficult for him because he does not like to be away from the action.
Yes.
So I found that quite challenging. I'm actually allergic to most other animals that you have at home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Means that we don't have them.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't have guinea pigs, cats, all of that.
Oh.
So we don't have any other pets. We had chickens once. I'm also allergic to them.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay, so we have...
So I'm really not the best person to answer, but I know we've run a little farm happening down where you are.
Yeah, we do. We have a little guinea pig that lives in our entryway in a guinea pig crate, I suppose. And we do put fresh grass in for her and hay in for her, and she is a girl guinea pig called Stewie, and but the children come in and feed her carrots of the morning. So the way, and I say, as the children come in, morning, come on in. Now, have you had breakfast this morning? And they'll either say yes or no, because some of my children come in with having breakfast and some don't. So they'll say yes or no. And depending what they say, if they say yes, I'll say, oh, okay, well, Stewie hasn't had brekkie, so how about you feeding brekkie? But if they haven't had brekkie, then they will go and wash their hands ready to eat brekkie, and then when they're finished, they'll be allowed to feed Stewie a carrot as well. So it's sort of I sort of use that to encourage them to either, that recognition for eating their brekkie. And I often say to Mum, oh, so did they eat their brekkie without a fuss this morning? Have we had lots of nice yummy food and that sort of thing? So it's sort of I use it in a reward for, the positive brekkie experience, I suppose. What I say to parents is when they come in is we want the least amount of fusses in the morning. I want them to come into me having had a happy morning, and parents want to bring their child to me having had a happy morning. So however they can work that out. And I find that Stewie helps with that. And he
such a great idea.
Has a really positive effect on our morning, because they come in, oh, I've had Becky this morning, I can feed Stewie. So it really works. It really does. And yes, Stewie does actually bite occasionally as well. So we wrap him up in a blankie when we hold him, and we feed him like healthy food. So bits of apple, bits of carrot, bits of pear. So Stewie only gets fed healthy food, which I find is a really good concept as well. He only drinks water because pigs only drink water. Like healthy cannot feed, a guinea pig that isn't something healthy. So it really reinforces that concept constantly. But yeah, I mean, she is quite a part of our care setting, I suppose. We also have a puppy, but he, a little sausage dog who's very naughty. And, but I do keep him separate most of the time. He's great with the kids. We've never had any problems at all. But children are unpredictable and puppies are unpredictable. So I don't think it's fair on him to have that around constantly. But I love the fact that he's around too, and we talk about him, and we do pat him. We do check he's got water at lunchtime, those sorts of things. So I really think, I don't know, pets to me just add a whole consciousness, like a kindness and aware of inclusion. It just it adds a whole extra element. And we do have chooks and chickens, which we feed our scraps to, and we talk about, what can go in the scrap bucket and what can't. And we also have horses that we feed of the morning too. So that's our outside walk. So we all walk. This is Orange. It's freezing cold. So the children always bring in their beanies, their mittens, and their big jacket. They do a walk to the horses every day. And parents know that
they're work.
Yeah, but parents know that their children will be outside at least every day. And I don't know, to me, that's just what it's all about. I really, yeah, I don't know, there's something really nice about offering that to children, because children often don't get that anymore. So it's just sort of something that I really value and that I really love. Christina says, we have a small dog and 2 cats. We incorporate the daily care factor of the animals into our curriculum: feeding, grooming, cleaning, walking, training, and general run around and have fun with lots of kisses and cuddles. Teaching the children respect for others, practical life skills, and empathy, and so much more empathy. I love that.
Yeah, excellent.
And yeah. And then Tracy says, what's the best way to help educators get that spark back to engage more with children and not worry so much about paperwork? We like that one.
We talked about that a little bit a couple of weeks ago, and it was such a great topic because it is a real, it's hard because you're isolated most of the time. And so for me, it was about connecting with other educators, whether that's in Facebook groups, whether that's going to play groups, meeting at a park, things like that, but just connecting with them. And also, I guess I also loved to kind of just real, and that just new lift or something new, so that it was exciting.
Yeah.
You know, that gave me a lift because everything kind of felt refreshed. Those are the kinds of things that really helped me. And then just being organized with families' meals, except for my own. So I'd always be the last on the list. So it's about just being a little organized so that you had the energy. So making sure you're eating properly through the day so you've got the energy to keep going right through till you finish. So that's a good question. That's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think, being organized, eating well, filling your own cup, taking time out regularly, and really knowing yourself too. This before, but some educators need every week, and some educators need a big chunk of time at the end of term or something like that, or once a year. So really recognizing what you need, I think, as well. Don't just go, I'm coping. Like, actually set some time aside and have a think about what you need, and make sure you put it in place. Yeah,
definitely.
So Fiona says, not in family daycare yet, have just completed my Cert 3. Congratulations, Fiona, well done. Just wondering, does the size of your outdoor area matter? Our yard is small, thinking along the idea of miniature play. Our spaces is what we make it. Seriously, you can have you can have a really big space and have it totally wasted, or you can have a small space that is also unorganized and not usable. So your space will be what you make it. If it's a small space but you create it into something that you love and that's what will matter. I don't know that, I'm definitely not going to say a big space is better than a smaller space or whatnot. We have to work with what we've got, and we have to make sure that we love being in that space, no matter, whether it's really large or small. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've had someone ask me, they lived in Melbourne and they only had a courtyard. And I guess for me, the only concern I had was whether the scheme would allow it, because obviously there has to be adequate space. But if you're living in a city or in an area that, yards are just not that big anymore, so that's not uncommon. And I think it's just making full use of the space, perhaps also making use of local parks and playgrounds that children can just go and run, because I think that's the only concern I have is a small outdoor space with me that my kids would be able to run. So finding an alternative for space that they can run would be my first tip. But, if you can make use of that small space, and again, it depends on the ages of the children that you have. If you have mostly young babies, obviously they are going to grow up eventually and older, and you're going to need new resources. But, if you're having a lot of younger children, they don't need as much room, and they kind of need more, just more interaction. I think, you can make it great regardless of the size, because yes, I've definitely seen some people with massive spaces, and they're just full, like they're really cluttered. There's no real room to move. It's like all these loads and loads of activities kind of set up. And again, children don't need that overstimulation the whole time either. No. They just kind of want a bit of space. So, go and have a look at your outdoor environment. Look at small spaces, because that, I guarantee, is going to give you some great ideas of how to set it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got one. Oh, super quick. I know Nikki needs to go at 8, so we're going to super quick squish this one in. Educational leaders, what knowledge do they need to know, and what educational advice do they need to provide to their educators? Oh, this one's a massive one. Do you want to leave this one till next week? We can.
I think that would be a really good one to kind of, because there's quite a lot in that.
Yeah, there is, and we could, to and fro for it quite a bit on this one, because I like that too. And it's something that educators aren't clear on as well, what their educational leaders are there for and what they can help with and those sorts of things. So let's leave this one till next week, because I think that's a great question to start with next week. Thank you for that, Tracy. We really like that one.
Christina because she was the first one to send in a question today. She's already a member of the Academy, but I've just upgraded her to get access to all of the online courses. So Christina, if you just go and log in as usual, you'll see all of the courses in there. So thank you.
Yay! Super, Christina. Well done. We love that.
And now we have a great question for next week.
We do. Fabulous. Now, Christina's also include a beautiful blurb here about simplifying the documentation cycle aspects as well. About how she only spends 15 minutes a day on mine. And I'm always up to date. I love that. So guys, go and read her beautiful answer there, because there is a lot in there as well.
Excellent. Yeah, that's
that's great. Thank you so much for tonight, Nikki. It was great to spend time chatting, and we will be back again next week.
On school holidays. So on my page. Yeah.
Yes. So it will be on Start Your Own Family Daycare's page, Nikki, and that will be great.
And maybe you could have a prize ready for next week.
I will have a prize ready for next week. I love that.
So people be the first to ask.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Super.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Nikki. See you all next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.